Hello and welcome. In this video, we are going to be learning what a software is, and for this video, there is absolutely no prerequisite or background knowledge required at all. So now let's get started. First, I'm going to begin by explaining what a software actually is. So a software is what allows a device, such as a computer, to work and do things. So a software is what allows a device, such as a computer, to work and do things, and all software are separate from the hardware. So they are separate from the hardware. And I wanted to make this distinction because the definition that we have here for software could also fit the definition for hardware, because hardware in your computer also allows a device to work and do things. But the software includes non-physical components only. So the software includes non-physical components only. And this is because the software actually controls how the hardware works and behaves. So it controls how the hardware behaves. So if I have a physical device here, then the software does not include any physical part of that device. Software does not include any physical part of that device. However, it does control how the hardware behaves. So we could say software controls how the hardware behaves. So the relationship between software and hardware can look like this. We have a computer. We have the software. And we have the hardware. So we can think of the software as the brain behind the computer. So software is the brain. And we can think of the hardware as the body for the computer. So the hardware is the body. And much like how a brain controls how a body works and how a body runs, the software also controls how the hardware works and the hardware runs. And in the same way that you can't have a brain without a body, and in order to have a brain, you must have a body, you cannot have the hardware without the software, and the software must have the hardware. The software must have a body to be stored on, and here the hardware is the body. So we cannot have one without the other. Can't have one without the other. And the hardware plus the software, which is the brain, plus the software equals the device, which can be a computer. So it equals the computer. And we can have all different types of software. There's different types of software that we can have. And these different types of software can include apps, games, and operating systems. So, softwares include apps, games, and operating systems. Operating systems. And specific type of softwares that are also applications include YouTube, Google Chrome, and Adobe Photoshop. So, specific types of software, specific softwares include YouTube, Google Chrome, and Adobe Photoshop. And again, these are all apps, and all apps are also softwares, right? So these are all apps, and all apps are software. And these apps are software because apps like YouTube allow you to do something on your computer, like watch and post videos from your computer. And we said a software is something that allows you to do something on your computer. So, apps are software. Because apps like YouTube allow you to do something on your computer. For example, watch and post videos. Right, so again, apps are software because apps like YouTube allow you to do something on your computer, like watch and post videos. And we said a software is something that allows you to do something on a device. So we can look at the relationship between devices, applications, and software like this. So we have a device, we have an application, and we have a device, we have a software, and then we have an application, and this application here is YouTube. So we have a device, then we have a software, and the software here is YouTube. Software equals YouTube. So that concludes what a software is. That explains the relationships between softwares, applications, and hardware. And now we are just going to go through a quick summary of everything that was important for this video. So we have the definition for software. Software is what allows a device, such as a computer, to work and do things. And softwares are separate from the hardware. They include non-physical components only, and they control how the hardware behaves. And again, the software does not include any physical parts of a device because it controls how the physical parts behave and function. And then again, we have the relationship for the software and the hardware. We have a computer here. We have the software, which is the brain, and we have the hardware without the body. And again, we cannot have the software without the hardware in the same way that we cannot have a brain without its body. And it goes the other way around, right? We cannot have the hardware without the software because you can't have a body function without the brain. And the hardware plus the software equals the computer. So software equals the brain, hardware equals the body. Can't have one without the other. And different types of softwares include apps, games, and operating systems. And specific types of softwares include YouTube, Google Chrome, and Photoshop because they are all applications, and we just said that all applications are also software. So we have YouTube, Google Chrome, and Adobe Photoshop. And again, these are all softwares because apps like YouTube allow you to do something like watch and post videos. And we said software is something that allows you to do something on a device. What allows a device to work and do things, right? And then here we have a device, that we have a software on that device, and here that software again is YouTube. So that concludes this video that explains what a software is, then the relationship between softwares, applications, and hardware. So thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and I hope to see you in other videos. Thank you very much.